Yeah, like I have a couple other friends that could literally like go to sleep to serial killer podcasts, and I'm just like,
Oh,
we're
it
gonna stop
relaxes
all this
me.
murder. Oh, and when I worked at Whitfield, and when I worked there, like there would be nothing to do like at nighttime, so I would just go on there and type up on YouTube like podcast for serial killers or serial killers unleashed or whatever. There's a lot.
Welcome to the very first episode of Sassy Southern Belle. This is my newest podcast. It is our sister podcast to Just a Breezy Chat and True Crime Lounge. On today's episode, we have a very special guest with us. She is my best friend, my ride or die, and the mom of my beautiful godchildren. She, her name is our friendship. Her name is Brittany Jones, and our friendship started over a cookie. Yes, I ate a oatmeal cookie in front of her, and that's how our friendship blossomed. All right, record on
I
the
think
tone.
we.
Okay, well, welcome. You did you know you're on the very first episode of
Hold on
Sassy
one.
Southern Belle?
Ooh, first episode. I like that.
Yes, this is a newer podcast too. To Just a Breezy Chat and
I'm
True
number
Crime
one.
Lounge.
I love
Oh,
that.
yes, yes, you are. Hey, do you want to tell every? But do you remember how we met exactly?
Girl, do you not know that when we met, it was almost like 16 years ago?
I know it's crazy. I was just thinking about that.
What? I know it was right before like Christmas break when you came to U.S. Jones, I think.
No, it was that first semester. I was in your class for one day, then they moved me out for some reason.
Literally one day, just
And I
one.
and I ate that oatmeal cookie right in front of you.
You did. You were
Ah,
literally there for like honestly, all I can remember really and truly from that time period, because my brain is fried at this point, is the fact that I was just so excited because it was kind of rare that our class got a new person. And then I think that same at the same time that you came, someone else came as well.
oh my goodness.
But
Fifth
literally
grade.
one day, and then all of a sudden they moved you downstairs, and I was like, okay, okay, that's what we're doing.
I know. Finally find someone brave enough to eat a cookie in front of you and they move that person.
Right. Oh,
Oh
do you
my
remember the bank we started?
oh my gosh, that's been so long. Remind me again? The
It
bank.
was me, you, and like Ebony Williams, and we created like a whole bank full of fake money. And then like we went around trying to teach people how to write checks.
Yes, 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 I remember that now. I had to think for a second. Oh my God. It's going on 17 years of friendship. Come on now.
Really? Like I told my mom the other day, that I was like, it's been like a couple years. It's been like almost 20 years since I was in like second grade. And she looked at me, really? Yeah.
I feel like I'm getting old just thinking about
Don't
the
we all?
years. Hey,
Don't we all?
but you have two reasons to be getting older.
Don't remind me.
Oh, but they're
Like,
so sweet and lovable.
when they're not trying to kill each other. Absolutely.
Aw. But that's when you have the fun aunt who's there for a few hours.
By the way, this is a real quick reminder, no more glitter from you ever.
I think I'm over the whole glitter thing.
I hope so because do you know it took us months to get all of the glitter that you sent. Like it's the craziest thing. She just opened it up. She didn't say anything to anyone. She just went in her room and opened it up, and then boof, glitter. We were
Oh,
finding glitter for literal months.
oh goodness.
No more glitter, ma'am.
Then don't have any more little girls.
Oh, I'm not.
I know I wanted a girl, but I still take the baby boy.
I wanted a girl too, honestly. Girls are a little easier for me.
Ah, yes. But that's okay. Look, if Vea turns out to be my only princess, I'll be okay with that.
Yeah,
Oh, come
yeah,
on.
I guess.
You know I'm already gonna have her whenever we get old enough. She's gonna be the one getting that contraband in. You know this.
Yeah, I'm aware. Look at who her mother is.
I know. So many stories I can't wait to tell her if she
Oh,
has already found them
no,
out.
never, ever. We're gonna hide my past like they hide the Declaration of Independence, really deep underground.
Oh my gosh. Hmm. Do you remember back in high school when it was like three Britneys in that one JRTC class?
Oh my gosh. And the fact that her last name was Mosley, like literally Brittany Jones, Jowers, skip a couple letters, Mosley.
Oh
Wild.
no. Hmm. I think we had like three Britneys in our graduating class too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, yeah. She graduated with us too.
Hmm.
And the craziest part about it is I found out we all spell our name the same way.
That's I know. It's like of all the convenient and ironic ways of people to have in common and meet.
Yeah, I was really excited when they said your name was Brittany. I was just like, huh? You're in my class and your name is Brittany too? Besties for life. I meant that.
And look, we almost had the same initials.
We really did. It's crazy because like even on Facebook, I think we hyphenated our name the same way. So mine is like Bree L
Lachey.
Jones, Bree Lachey, and then you did Bree Michelle, which I
Ah,
thought I
yes.
didn't even notice it until like 2 months ago. I was just like, oh, look at there.
Yes. And then we graduated high school and I decided to leave Demopolis, Alabama.
Why?
That's best
Just
decision in
why?
my life.
Oh no, not you.
Oh.
He came eating a wipe. Why?
So many
Franklin.
questions, but I also know who his mom is, so
Don't put that on me now. Why did you baby wipe? Who knows? Like I said throughout this entire interview, if you hear the sound of children screaming or, anything like that, just completely ignore it. It's okay.
I think anybody who's been around children or has children, they should be used to it. Should be being a
Not
key
when,
word.
like, it's the most random thing ever. He just came in here eating a baby boy.
Oh,
Random.
just wait till you have the little man growing inside you.
Yeah. This is why I wanted another girl.
Maybe one day you get that girl.
It's 3 and I'm done.
Why not four? No. Mm, sweet, sweet Vea. Curious.
I swear. Where's the bread? We don't have bread, child. Oh, yeah. Also, know you're going to love this. If you ever have children, you can just know you're going to misplace your brain for, the rest of your life.
I thought COVID took my brain away from me. You're telling
Brittany, no. No.
no.
Hey, Mama, is it okay if I make snack trays?
Can you just get something to eat, baby?
I just want to know. Huh? Is it? Five cars, five envelopes.
Mm. All right. But what was your initial reaction whenever I left town?
Well, okay. Are we talking about when you moved to hours away? Or are we talking about when you just made a move that was just
Let's
like,
go.
oh, yeah, I'm going
Okay.
to go close away?
Okay. First 2 hours away. What was that initial reaction?
Why? Why would you not even take me with you? Like, what is going on? Like, who just told you to move?
Hey, I needed that move. You and me both know.
Yeah,
Then there was that
but I
decision
was
that came.
my,
Go ahead.
yeah. My initial reaction was like, "Oh, I'm so glad she's gotten out of here," especially due to the fact that where we're from and the area we're from is so small. And so my reaction when you said you were moving, to a bigger area with way more people, I was just like, spread your wings. But at the same time, I was just like, just kill me. Just stick a knife in my heart. Why don't you?
Okay, now what was your reaction when I told you I was moving to the Nashville area?
Honestly, at that point, it was just like, go with God, sis. Look, country music, Taylor Swift, let's do it.
Uh no, but I've been wanting to
That
move
was
to
only
Nash.
because I got so.
Go ahead.
Oh, you can go ahead.
But that was only because I've been wanting to move to Nashville for a while now. I just hadn't had the guts and the courage to do it yet.
I can understand that completely, but my like I said before, like my reaction when you move 2 hours away was like stick a knife in me. But then I realized like you're actually like thriving where you're going, and that's like a lot because a lot of people that were like in our class and a couple years below us, like they would move and then they had to move back, and like you just never looked back, and I was just like, yeah, I love that for you.
I know. I hate that I haven't been able to visit in a couple of years, but I do plan on doing that once things settle down.
Oh, girl, it's literally the same. Look, same old small town. That's all I can say.
Look, if it
Well,
wasn't
except we never have a coffee shop. It's great.
if it wasn't for y'all or Charlie, I really wouldn't have a reason to come back.
Oh,
Yes.
I love that. But again, the coffee shop, me and caffeine,
Mm. You know, it's
it's
funny.
it's amazing.
It's funny. I work in a coffee shop, but I still hate coffee.
Now, girl. Now, at some point in life, you're gonna have to get over this long-standing obsession with hating coffee.
I I don't
Like,
like the taste of it.
there's so many different varieties and what that you can choose from when going for coffee. Like, are you a frap kind of girl? Are you a cappuccino type of girl? Do you like it hot? Do you like it cold? There's so many different variations. What's not to love?
You know, I'm more of a tea person, honestly. It's one of those things
I'm
like
just gonna let that.
I've
I'm
actually
gonna let
become
that
more of a
come
tea
aside.
person over the years, so it's kind of like one of those growing things.
Okay, I guess I can let you slide with the tea, but seriously, girl, get into it.
Mhm.
Hey, right, right.
Aw. I,
You see, man, the cupcakes.
but no,
Oh,
it's
but I
like,
do have
go ahead,
no.
go ahead.
What was it like for you in middle school? Like, I know we were there together, but at the same time, everyone had different experiences and whatnot.
Oh, I got bullied in middle school. It was just
Girl,
the way,
same.
yeah, part of it was the way I smelled. You know, my home life wasn't the best at that time.
Yeah.
And then not only
But
that, it
you
was like
smelled
my
it.
family problems that somehow kept getting exposed thanks to my sister.
Yeah.
Sorry to reduce sleepy, but
And hey, once I got to high school, I just didn't really care anymore.
Same. That's exactly what I said too, because it was just, I don't know what it was about middle school. It seems like the girls got meaner in middle school and the guys were just still idiots in middle school.
But aren't they still idiots now?
eat
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that. That was great.
Oh,
I mean, some of them, yes, but some of them honestly have gone on to do like pretty amazing stuff, honestly.
yeah, I believe that. But but it was also one of those things like whenever I left, I knew that UWA was a last resort type of option for me. I don't know about you, but it's because you get it. Everybody in our high school either went to UWA or UA or Shelton State.
Yeah. And then there was Wallace and Selma, which a lot of people also went to. So
Yeah, which I
I
did
don't
end
know.
up.
Like I don't.
Go ahead.
You went where?
I did end up going to a Wallace, but it was in Hanceville, Alabama.
Yeah, I saw. I was just like, okay, girl, now she moving 2 hours away to go to Wallace when it was in Selma. Wild.
I know.
And you know the crazy part about it is every time I look up Selma Wallace, your Wallace always pops up too.
It's one of the best known community colleges in the state.
I believe it.
Yeah. But oh my goodness, like I can't believe it's been going on 17 years since we've been best friends. Like where has the time gone?
Honestly, anything after eighth grade just flew by.
It really did. That senior year flew by fast, very fast.
Yeah, like it seems like ninth and 10th grade went by moderately slow, and then once we got to like 11th grade for me was, that was a journey.
I remember 11th grade for you.
Yeah, you saw me for like what? You saw me from August to December, then I was missing from like January till literally May.
Yeah, and plus it didn't help that we were no longer taking one of the same classes anymore.
Yeah,
But oh my
but
god,
oh my gosh.
do you
Hmm?
remember like when we first met how you shaped it, how innocent I was?
When were you innocent? Oh my gosh.
Like this was a long time ago. This was like back when you were the monster and I was the one who was like so sweet, so shy, so quiet. Teachers loved.
When were you sweet and shy?
Oh, only in classes we weren't together in. You notice,
Of course, because around me, what
of
can you
course.
do? But yeah,
Yes, but
Oh, but ROTC, do you remember those days though?
uh,
Like
so
me and my
much.
mom just had a conversation about ROTC, and I was just like, I would go back in a heartbeat just for ROTC only.
I know that was like the only few hours after school, at least 3 days a week, 3 to 4 days a week, I got outside of the house.
Girl, honestly, I don't miss the pickle soup, but I do miss marching. I can't lie.
That was fun. So many great memories
And
got
then
made from that. For
yeah,
me,
and
anyway.
do you know that right? Like it's crazy because they got rid of the pickle soup like our 11th grade year.
I want to say, yeah, it was our junior year.
So for 2 years, you made us walk around wearing this army green suit from head to toe, and then boom, one day we get there, and now we're in navy.
Basically,
It's crazy though, because my mom still has the pickle suit. She still has my pickle suit.
oh my god, what the? Uh, I think I turned a pickle suit in, but out of navy suit, I ended up with two berets, so I kept one of them.
Girl, I kept the whole uniform. Honestly, I have both of them. Well, my mom
Well,
has the pickle suit. I have the navy in the back of my closet.
uh, but yeah,
Wait, were we supposed to turn those in?
yes.
Am I going to jail?
Well, it's been almost 10 years. I think you're safe.
Like, am I really? Oh my gosh, it's been almost 10 years since high school. That's wild.
Tell me about it, and I'll be 20.
Every time I think about it.
I know, and I'm gonna be 28 in July. I can't believe I'm saying that out loud.
Well, it's fine. I'm 27.
Yeah. Oh. Mm.
As long
Oh.
as Vea doesn't start going around telling people, you're old like daddy.
She is not.
She does. She constantly mocks the man, and I, for one, love it.
Remind
What'd
me
you
to
say?
remind me to pay her extra next time I'm in town.
I know, right?
Alright. Okay. Just sit in Bob's down, please. Okay.
Oh look,
This is actually quieter than I expected. I thought my kids were gonna throw a whole conniption fit once I got on.
Do you want me to?
No, absolutely not.
and who does that remind you of?
You?
Uh, hey, I'm almost 5, 6 hours away.
Uh-huh. You know what's really crazy though? I
What?
think out of everyone in our original friend group from like fifth and sixth grade, you're like the only one that doesn't have children.
Because I'm still getting a degree.
Get your degree, girl. But listen though, I will sit up here and say this. When you said you wanted to be a lawyer, that kind of blew my mind because for years you said you wanted to be veterinarian, and I was just like, oh, okay, she wants to work with animals. So lawyer came out of left field, ma'am.
Oh yeah, well, people change as they get older, but there's something about the legal field I've always been attracted to.
Oh, you want to become a lawyer so you can get me out of jail someday? That's great.
Even little man.
I make no promises on what to do between now and the time you get your degree, though. So I need you to hurry up.
Look, I'm almost done with my bachelor's, so we've got that. I do feel like though this was the best decision though moving up here for me mentally.
I can understand that. No, don't touch the keyboard. Don't touch the keyboard. Don't do that.
Aw.
Computer.
Computer, yeah.
Tool. Tool.
Yes. Man, he gets more handsomer every time I see him.
Oh,
Thank you. He gets it from my side.
she's tall. She's tall.
Okay, what was life for you like after we left high school? Like,
Oh,
It pretty much was just like I went into the National Guard like right after high school. So like I literally we graduated in May, and I think I went and signed my contract in June,
you really did.
if I'm not mistaken. Signed the contract, literally did, and then I worked at Sonic for like the time being. Then I went to Walmart, and that was crazy.
I bet you have so many stories you could tell from Walmart.
Oh, she's tall.
Let me just go ahead and tell you, men at 2 a.m.
Oh,
pigs hate it.
She's
Mm.
tall.
And you got to think about it. This is back when Walmart was 24 hours, so it was like a constant flow of people coming in. It wasn't all that bad though. Like we got a lot of foster farm shift people coming in after work.
Mama, can I have the Kool-Aid?
Mm. Yeah. Mm. But
But
yeah.
yeah. Oh, what did I do after that? It was I got married. Yeah, there was that too.
I remember that.
Yeah, it was a wild ride.
No,
It
it's
was very
crazy.
wild.
No, crazy to think all that's happened after high school. It seems like almost everyone I've known from high school has either gotten married or is having children.
Or both,
Or,
or neither.
yeah.
I know a couple people who have gotten. I'd say one, two. It's like 5 or 6 people that I know of got married from our class,
Mm.
which is kind of wild when you think about how they were in high school versus how they would react to marriage now. It's gross.
I know. And honestly, I haven't followed everybody also off from our class, but I know a few of us have managed to get out of the state since then.
Yeah, and I'm so proud of y'all because I don't want to be here either in Alabama. There's
Maybe
nothing really wrong with it. It's just the city. It's like so small and kind of You know how small towns get.
Oh, I know.
Everyone knows everybody.
And you gotta remember, like, I was born and raised in Alabama my whole life, so it's like I was ready to get out.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Mm. But you were born in Michigan, and you basically spent most of your childhood in Alabama, basically becoming an Alabama transplant.
Yeah, very weird.
Mhm. But it also worked out for the best because two of my babies are Auburn babies. So,
Well, one of them anyway.
which
Girl,
one?
look, I'm from Michigan. I gotta train one of them to be a Michigan State fan.
Mm, good luck with that one.
Yeah,
Look, look, if they're an Alabama fan, I can accept it, but it's gonna be a tough call.
yeah. But I will say that I think the most normalcy I had when I got to Alabama was when I started going to U.S. Jones. Because before then, like moving from Michigan to Alabama, then like going to two different schools, like it was three different schools. And then finally, when I got to Demopolis, it was just like, oh, well, you're going to be in this school system for the rest of the time that you're in school. It was kind of like, yes, finally.
Yes. Oh, do you remember our motto that we went by in high school? Double the Brittany, double the trouble.
Yeah.
And then you became Mr. Russell's favorite student.
Oh my God. Do you know that he is the assistant principal at Westside now?
Really?
Yes. Like now he gets to be my now my son gets to be his favorite student ever. It's great.
Oh, have you had your run-ins with him yet?
Oh yeah, I see him almost every time I go. It was great though, being the only person that he's never had in the class, but I was the favorite student. It's amazing.
And as he put it, was like the best students are the ones you don't teach.
Right. Like think about it. You don't have to deal with me every day except for in the morning when I would walk you to class. And other than that, you don't see me really.
Don't forget the time you tried to sneak in after lunch a couple of times.
Look, I was not really vibing with my after lunch class, like any chance to escape.
Oh, yes. Like, you never got to stay, though, but because you were always made to go back.
I mean, yet again, though, it's the fact that I was tolerated enough to be in there for a couple minutes. I was just like, yeah. But the thing really and truly is, I wanted to take creative writing. They just never gave it to me.
And the fact that you could have been in my English class, because it was me, Divine, and Wade all in that English class.
Oh my gosh,
Like,
Divine
literally,
Wade.
we all sat beside each other.
Yeah, that was pretty wild. And then the only thing that I liked though was that we had the same lunch period.
Yes, that was pretty awesome right there.
Oh no, it goes a different way for me because like my ninth grade year when I went to lunch, I knew no one. There were all these older kids, especially like the first day, and I ended up sitting by a group of like really amazing people, and we would just have the best time during lunch during ninth grade. But I did absolutely miss you and everybody else that I could have eaten lunch with.
I know. Oh, goodness. I don't remember what lunch period did I who did I have for my lunch period? Pipkins. I had Pipkins for my lunch for my 4 period class. That's who it was
Ma'am,
because
don't even
Divine was sitting next behind me when I wrote that class. That's going on.
do not even ask me who I had for lunch my lunch period. All I remember is lunch itself. Really, Frank? Thank you. Go watch Bluey.
Bluey. It's amazing at
It's like
cartoons
the
that
Blues Clues.
change.
Like I said, it's like the Blues Clues for children. This
But you
generation
got
of children, because we don't for us.
but you gotta remember our Blue's Clues was completely different.
Well, of course, because they had Steve, and that's the only character from Blues Clues that I recognize. I'm so
Then,
sorry.
then he comes back and makes that message like, "Thank you for believing me. I never forgot about you."
Okay, when he made that message, I was like, "How dare you make me cry like this, sir? I'm an adult."
What would you say is the
How
best?
dare you?
Okay, here's my question. What would you say is the best part about having children for you?
Why'd you ask me that? I mean, the thing is, they're so different, like personality wise. Like Bea's kind of quiet and shy, and then Franklin's out there, and it's just like nurturing their individuality because like Bea absolutely takes after me attitude wise, but she's also quiet and shy like I was in like fifth, sixth, seventh grade.
Mhm.
And then Franklin's just a fireball. And I think the best part of being a parent is actually like getting to see them grow and getting to see what changes they make. Because you wouldn't believe it, but even up to a couple months ago, Franklin was not talking like at all.
Mhm. Uh, okay, I'm gonna ask you something
I
that
mean,
goes back. Okay, I'm gonna ask you something. Didn't mean to cut you off. Sorry. Um, let's go back to 10th grade for a minute, and you finding out you were gonna be a mom.
oh girl, I remember exactly where I was and everything. So, boom, we had a game that night. And I don't know what it was. Something told me, oh, you need to probably get a pregnancy test. So I ran to Walmart real quick because Walmart was like right across the field,
I
walking
missed that
distance,
too.
really. Yeah, dude. Girl, no. First of all, I tried to walk that field like 2 years ago. Absolutely not. I don't know what kid me was thinking. Just no. Who
Mhm.
allowed me to leave school and walk that field? Like it's so impossible to get over that. My knees are not the same. I was just looking like, never again. I'll drive. But I literally left. It was like prep time right before we marched on the field, and I left and I went and grabbed the pregnancy test. I came back to the school, and in that back bathroom, like right by the cafeteria, that's where I took the test. And Madison Barkley actually came in the bathroom right after me. So I'm in there crying, holding the test, and she looks at the test. She was like, "Are you serious?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm in trouble."
But you got two of the biggest blessings since that time.
Yeah, yeah, I did. And
Especially,
honestly,
go ahead.
I make no complaints. I make no complaints, but I tell everyone that I meet don't have kids.
Mm, I can kind of see that part for a minute.
I mean, don't get
Um,
me wrong. Absolutely love them to death, but don't have children. Don't do it.
mm,
Like
because
because
me,
the only people that are ever going to tell you to have kids are people who either don't have kids or people who really truly enjoy every single aspect of that.
mm, I know. So literally, whenever you found out you were like, whenever I found out you were pregnant, I was like, I'm gonna be an aunt.
Of course, you were excited.
I know. Look, think about it. Of all the past gifts, slime, glitter.
No more slime either. That reminds me, no more slime either. We're not doing glitter or slime, a combination. No, and no. You can't even buy her Play-Doh at this point, because no.
I think. Well, isn't she a little too old for Play-Doh?
You'd be surprised. Play-Doh transcends the ages. I still play with Play-Doh.
I'm not gonna lie. I still do. If I'm around it and I'm that bored, I will sit there and play with it.
Right. Like
But
what restaurant am I thinking of? I know Wendy's. Wendy's is doing like the little tubs of Play-Doh and like little dinosaur cutouts, and I swear to God, I spent like 2 hours the other day. First of all, I stole the Play-Doh from Vega, and I spent 2 hours the other day making like little Play-Doh dinosaurs, and it was so fun. And I would smush them and then go again. Like you can't beat Play-Doh. Play-Doh and Legos. That's like this is why the age for that is like 0 through 99. I get it.
okay, don't worry about the slime. I don't think slime is a bit as much of a big deal now as it used to be. Is it?
And I mean, people still make slime from the comfort of their own home, so I think it might be. And then trends seem to disappear and come back, so we
Yeah,
never know.
exactly.
Yeah.
What is the
I'm just glad
biggest
she stopped it.
yes, what is the biggest lesson you learned from being a mom?
Patience, and that's a lesson that you still continue to learn throughout because, oh Jesus, like going back to what I said before with Franklin talking, he's autistic, and we just recently found that out like in December. He's
Huh?
autistic and it's level 2. So for him, for us, it's just like, oh yeah, you need to be talking by the age of 2. For Franklin, it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna wait till I'm almost 5 years old. And it really frustrated me because I'm just like, if he can't talk, then how is he supposed to like tell me or let me know what's going on? He could communicate very well. He just wouldn't talk. And even now, he still has bouts where he doesn't want to. So it's just like the patience and like you have to have an understanding of who your kid is. Because if Franklin were to say donut to you, you would probably think, oh yeah, let's go to Krispy Kreme and get donuts. No, he has little wooden donuts, and he absolutely loves 2 of them, and he will probably die for those donuts.
Yeah. Oh, that's sweet. Okay, what is the funniest moment whenever with each of your kids that made you like, I can't believe this is my child.
Oh my God, there's so many. There are way too many. I mean, you got to think about it. I've had Vay for almost 11 years, so there's like a lot.
Oh, don't remind me.
But at one point, okay, so it was probably about like 2017. And like I was cleaning the room, Vay was on the floor, and she just looked up. She first of all, she had made a bed out of a table tray, like one of the ones you put over your lap. And she
Yeah.
just looked at me with her sunglasses on and said, "I changed myself." Huh? What do you mean you changed yourself? I'm different.
You never heard or saw any of that.
I'm different.
Do we need to
How are
remind
you?
her about her foot fetish from when she was a kid?
Oh my gosh. Go on.
No, you never heard or saw any of that.
Okay. And then with Franklin, it's like him every single day is a day that I look at him and wonder, is he really truly my child?
Hmm.
Playing an Easter egg game. That's my new piece.
Cool. Well,
Um,
oh no, when he the first time he ever cussed.
oh my gosh.
So he picks up words like that. So like when he has a word, then he has a word. Like his dad likes to walk around saying so many. And then one day Franklin just came out and said, "Fuck," and I was like, "Oh my gosh, you don't say that." But when I said it, I said, "Don't say," and then he repeated it back to me, and he was like, "Don't say ah." And I had to really truly. He's my child. I know for a fact that he is, but like, is he really?
Does it make you think of those moments when the principal's gonna call you and be like, Miss Jones, I need you to come down here?
Yeah, it really does because even now, like today, he was sitting at the literally right before we got on Zoom. He was across the table from me, and he said, "Shh," and I was like, "Ooh, is that a word we're gonna use now? Sugar, honey, iced tea. Let's not do that."
Hmm.
Mm,
And
feels
kids,
really loaded and heavy.
look, kids today are built different than when me and you were kids.
Oh, don't I know it? Don't I absolutely know it?
So we graduated high school 2015. We It's 2024 now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, can you believe like how much time has just gone by? And like, what would you say is like your biggest shock right there? This whole that whole nearly 10-year period we have.
Nearly 10 years has gone by. It feels like just yesterday I was walking around the halls of high school and like literally Like it's really nostalgic though. My mom actually subbed at the high school today, and when I pulled up, I was just like, "What did I tell you about acting up in school?" The same way she would have did.
Oh my gosh.
But it's like it's really crazy when you really truly think about it because like you know that feeling you get the last day of school and you like walk down the hallways and you feel like a little nostalgic. That's the feeling that you have all the time.
I know for me it's like so at one of my jobs I worked as a barista at a coffee shop and we had a group of high school students come in and do like a German scavenger hunt or whatever. Oh,
Hmm.
they there was like a bunch of them and I was looking at it I was like thinking was I this baby face?
Oh, girl, no. And let me tell you when I realized that I was an adult. Because like you get to a point where you're like you're an adult, but you're not an adult. So like a year ago I went to a graduation party and of course there were we like the adults drinking and then like a random group of high schoolers just showed up and like they were trying to drink as well and I like got in mom form. I'm just like you shouldn't be drinking and you know this and that and the third and I was just like because I care about you and I want you to get home safely and then like after that happened I looked back at that night and I was just like oh my gosh I'm an adult because who does that.
What was the moment you realized you turned into your mom?
Oh, I still haven't turned into her yet. I'm still waiting for that, patiently waiting.
Oh goodness. I hope I can see that
Like
day
I'm
you
an
turn into your
adult.
mom.
I'm an adult, but I'm like not an adult. Oh, you know what? I take that back. The other day I said lettuce instead lettuce instead of lettuce. And then
Oh,
I texted my sister. I was just like, I've officially become Geraldine. Like it's little stuff here and there that I noticed is similar to my mom, but it's not bad to the point where I'm just like, yep, definitely Geraldine.
oh goodness. Hmm.
Let there be light.
Let there be light. Oh. You know, honestly, see, here's the thing, I really up until a couple of years ago, I did not even think about doing like a podcast, anything like that.
Really?
No. It was just like I started my channel and I didn't really plan on doing a podcast, but especially with my true crime channel I love to do, that's like I'm just gonna do a podcast for it.
I can understand that. I thought briefly about doing a podcast, but then it was also just like, what would I even talk about? So we're not gonna touch that.
Yeah. Well, see, here's the thing. I love doing the true crime for me. That's just one of the things I just like doing in general.
Yeah, and see, I love falling asleep to true crime, but you know, I had to stop doing that. It started giving me nightmares. Just
This is
like,
why you're my person right here.
yeah, like I have a couple other friends that could literally like go to sleep to serial killer podcasts, and I'm just like,
Oh,
we're
it
gonna stop
relaxes
all this
me.
murder. Oh, and when I like, I worked at Whitfield. And when I worked there, like there would be nothing to do like at nighttime, so I would just go on there and type up on YouTube like podcast for serial killers or serial killers unleashed or whatever. There's a lot of girl. First of all, I want to let you know that I feel like I could successfully get away with murder at this point. I feel like anyone who looks at true crime podcasts or any type of videos, documentaries on serial killers could probably get away with a lot.
Oh, this is what I tell people. I would get in trouble for a crime just by looking at my Google history and not even do anything. And then the people who know me, they can't vouch for me on that.
No, absolutely the same because I promise you, if you looked up my Google history or like, oh, Bailey Sarian, she was one of, I don't watch her as much now, but she's like one of my favorite true crime people because you know
Uh,
she has makeup and murder Mondays. It's great.
oh yeah. Now, I do feel like, even though it's been almost 10 years of us living hours apart from each other, we've actually done a really good job though at staying in touch, even though it's not as
Yeah,
often.
yeah, but you know how that gets. Like people think, oh, okay, because you're best friends, you're supposed to talk every single day, and you're supposed to, be all up in each other's business. The truth and reality of it is that we both work.
Life gets in the way.
Yeah, and then of course I have two and a half kids go right now.
Yeah. Can't
And
wait
if you,
to can't wait to meet that little man growing inside you.
yeah, and if you go real silent, you can hear the screams of my children right now. Well, the screams of one, anyway.
I don't hear one.
Yeah, because he just found candy. Yeah.
Okay, here's the biggest question for you. If we went to a high school reunion right now, would you go?
Oh, see, that's crazy that you mentioned that because they do the class day out reunions now.
Really?
Yeah, so I guess somebody came up with the idea and like they get all of the classes from like 1970 something through like 2019 together on the Theo Rattler Center field. And yeah, it was a giant. I went last year. It was actually pretty great.
I was gonna go last year, but part of me I was busy with school and everything else, so
I think you were actually in the middle of moving when that happened.
that oh yeah, I was. Yeah, I remember that now, yeah.
Yeah, but I went. I had a pretty fun time. I saw a couple good classmates there, and then I got pretty drunk, so it was great.
No, I feel like my anxiety has gotten worse over the years where I just can't do large crowds as much as I could used to be able to do.
Yeah, I can understand that though. But for me, I mean, I really debated whether or not I wanted to go to begin with, and then once I got there, it was just like, oh my gosh, these people are amazing though.
Like, and
Like
also I
some of
think
the
it's
people
just
that we
because go ahead.
I said
I
some
was
of the
going to
people we went to high school with are like amazing, and you would never know because of how some of them acted in high school. But I can't lie though, pretty decent.
I think it also has to do with age too as we mature as we get older.
Yeah,
Well, most of us mature as we get older.
but yeah, I'm going again this year, albeit heavily pregnant. But again,
When is it?
girl, don't make me lie to you. Don't make me lie. It's in June. I know that.
Ooh, have fun.
I mean, without copious amounts of alcohol, I don't know how much fun, but it should still be fun, a little fun.
Uh, yeah, I think like if they did an actual reunion, I think I might go just because, but it would also just really depend.
But see, therein lies an issue and a problem because I mean, they started the class day out last year, and so then the thinking is, are we actually going to have our own individual class reunions, or are we just going to continue to do this?
I think one of the classes is actually doing one, if I'm not mistaken. 2024.
Yeah,
The class of 2014. I remember seeing that on Facebook.
yeah, and then someone said something about a brunch. They said something about a brunch at nighttime, baby. I'm not going to a brunch at night. I can't drink anyway. Like no.
I've become more of an afternoon person.
True. You can't like don't text me or call me in the morning or at night because I'm not there. Your waiting hours are between the hours of 10 and 5. That's your best bet.
Oh yeah.
6 if I like you.
Yeah. This you know those months when it gets like dark at 5 o'clock and it's like really cold outside.
Yeah.
That's usually like my thing is like once I'm home for the night, you better have a good reason for me to get back out again.
Oh, it's not even a good reason because when it starts getting dark at 5 again, I'm going to be asleep again. Like there is no going out. I don't know what it is about that change of weather or that change of season or time, but whenever it gets dark outside, that's when I get sleepy. And if I'm sleepy, I'm not coming out unless it's an emergency. And
Do you
even
st-
then,
yeah.
if it's not truly an emergency, no.
Do you still see any of the classmates from high school with as much as you do now? As much.
Okay, repeat that one time.
Okay. So out of our graduating class, how many of the classmates do you actually see?
Surprisingly, not a lot and not often. Like, I might run into one or two of them at Walmart. And other than that, I mostly see people through Facebook or Snapchat.
Yeah, because I think most of them either live in Tuscaloosa, live in Selma, not Selma. I can't think of it now. My man is drawing a blank. But
Actually,
like,
the crazy thing about it is most of the classmates that I see or have seen don't live in Demopolis. Like all the people who live in Demopolis, I never truly see.
yeah, I get that.
You hear the Spencer County?
Yeah, but isn't that children for you?
Yep.
Oh,
You know what's crazy though?
what?
One of our pictures came up. I think it was like we were in the library media center and we had took a picture together and it popped up on Facebook like 2 days ago.
Oh my goodness.
I was like, God, we look so young.
I know. Oh, especially when
And
those pictures from middle school got posted, I was like, oh my gosh.
you know Keith posted those, right?
I know.
When I found out that he posted them, I said, post another picture, sir. Post another one. Because who told you to have me out here looking like this?
Like, looking at my hair was that long in the florals. Man, I'm so glad I'm out of the florals.
Oh no, he posted that band picture and it was me right in front because I was clarinet and I was just like, post another picture, sir. Because why did you do that? Who told you to do that?
I know. Which it was very interesting because I found out like he literally lived like not even an hour from where I was living
Yeah, and see that's
before I
wild because
moved.
if I wanted to jump him, then I would have had to drive 4 hours, whereas you would have only had to drive one.
It's really not even that because where Coleman was located, it was kind of like 45 minutes, give or take.
See, but I found out how he got all those pictures. So apparently, his grandmother kept every single yearbook
Oh
from
gosh.
I don't know if you saw, but he even had like an old picture of like his third grade class, and like Dre's also in the picture. And I was looking at it the other day, and I was just like, huh, that is wild.
Oh my goodness. I don't even think I have any of those pictures from that age. Kind of glad
Girl,
I
I
don't.
have one picture from like kindergarten, and then skipped a whole bunch of grades, and then picked up in like fifth grade.
It's kind of like at one point with
But
school pictures, you get like after a certain grade, you're like, I don't care anymore.
I mean, I here's the thing. Like when Vea started school, I literally bought pictures from her preschool all the way up until she was in like third grade, and skipped a couple pictures because, man, why would you smile like that? But
Oh,
no, because the thing is, I know why she did it. She lost a tooth in the front, but I was just like, you could smile, just don't show your teeth. Like if that makes you self conscious, it's okay.
yeah.
But I think it's more so for the parents to enjoy the memories than it is for the actual kid. Because, like, honestly, looking back now, do I really love the fact that my mom kept all of the pictures? Yes, but at the time, it was just like I know that this picture is gonna look silly or I'm not gonna like it, so why keep it?
Yeah. Plus, it's also one of those that can come back and haunt you one day.
Hence the yearbook photo. Who told you to post my band picture, sir?
Take it out with him.
Like I literally, the only reason I even played clarinet is because it's the only instrument I could think of. Like he was like, Mr. Bonds was like, what instrument do you want to play? And my first thought was Squidward from SpongeBob, clarinet. Let's go. That
Oh,
is literally the story of how I started playing clarinet.
do you still have that clarinet?
Yeah, actually, I do.
Okay, you need to find you a Squidward costume and just dress and get that clarinet.
The crazy part about it is like now the clarinet does not work, so it really would sound like Squidward playing it at this point.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
And then also, as a kid, I didn't realize how expensive instruments actually were. Like I looked up the retail price for my clarinet, and I was just like, if I bought this new, I would not have it. Like it was crazy. But again, back to the pictures. Who told him to post those?
Well, if you ever make it up to Decatur, just drive a couple of more hours so you can come see me.
Oh, I'm gonna pick you up, then we're gonna swing back around and then kick his butt, and then I'll take you back.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
That absolutely is a plan. And again, we can get away with it because you have a true crime podcast as well.
Exactly. Oh my goodness. But, oh, 17 years. Man, I feel old.
I feel old for so many different reasons. Like my knees haven't gotten bad yet, like everybody's been complaining about. I'm still waiting on that. I have a couple back issues here and there, but
Oh,
mostly
don't get me
pregnancy
started
related.
on the back issues.
Ooh, babe. I didn't know the
Hi.
struggle was real until it was real.
Well, it's primarily my lower back.
Same. But right now, I think it's like my sciatic nerve at this point, and I feel so aged saying that because how do you even know what a sciatic nerve is?
I know. See, there's some days when I think I'm like, I'm not that old, but then I remember, oh, my oldest niece or nephew is 11 years old.
See, look at there.
Like, you get that reminder, like, I'm really this old.
And see, I get that reminder every day. Do you realize that this girl will be in sixth grade next year?
Crazy. I hated sixth grade. I hated middle school in general.
I think middle school in general just was not my thing.
Mm.
Like if I ever went back into, if they ever build a time machine and say, "Oh, you can go back in time," I'm just gonna skip all of middle school because no.
Oh, there's so many moments that if I could go back in time and would do, I would.
I could say the same. I do have some regrets, but middle school as a whole just was not it for me. Like it was the constant bullying, the constant getting picked on, the constant issues that I had in my own family. So it was just like, no, we'll try again. Like if I could sleep through that whole 3 years, I would.
That I don't blame you. I would totally do my best to sleep through those years too.
But high school though, the craziest part about it was like when I was in middle school, everyone's like, "You're gonna love middle school. Middle school is gonna be so great, and then you're gonna hate high school." It was the opposite. It was the complete opposite. Like I loved, and I started thinking about it. I think it's because in middle school, there were people, there were upperclassmen and whatnot, but it was because they kept us separated a lot. So the only people we truly saw was like our classmates, and then when we got to high school, everybody kind of commingled in.
Oh yeah. Do you remember when you would go around asking teachers for $1?
Yes, I'm still waiting on my dollars.
One of them actually did give you one and you gave it back.
I mean, I just wanted to see who was going to give me a dollar. Like I need to know who I can come to if I'm in trouble and I need some help.
Oh, I can't wait for the day Nevaeh does that.
Oh God, please don't. Because all I
No,
need is to have a call from her teacher saying, "Yep, your daughter's definitely starving up here. She keeps asking for a dollar from everyone."
But now it says like, oh, can you cash out me? Can you PayPal me $1 or something like that?
And now, yep, Cash App is definitely a thing now. Well, I think I have a few more years on that because she doesn't have a actual phone. I mean, she has a phone, but she doesn't have a phone.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And that part is crazy too because like my mom when I was in middle and high school was like, "You're absolutely not gonna have a phone. Do you not know that right before Christmas she looked at me, turned to me and said, Brittany, you need to get that baby a phone. Where were you when I needed you, ma'am?"
It's like her job was done. Like she's the grandma
Because
now. She gets
you as a parent, you discouraged me from wearing makeup a lot, you discouraged me from having a phone. And then when my child turns 10, now all of a sudden it's just like, yep, we're going to throw all of that out the window. I love my mom as a grandma. That was great.
yeah. Just think one day you get to do the same thing to your kids that your mom did to you.
Oh no, I'm taking a permanent vacation.
Oh, me and you can retire to Florida and live in a nursing home.
Right. They're going to be like, where's mom? Oh, she went to Florida. When's she coming back? She didn't say.
Oh my gosh. Mhm.
Oh
Oh,
God. Speaking of Florida, Divine was there for a minute.
I know he's in. I'm not gonna say now, but I think he's on the East Coast somewhere.
Yeah, and you know what? He sends pictures every now and then. It's a really beautiful view. I wouldn't live there. It's expensive, but it's a really beautiful view.
Yeah, he sent me a video of the skyline as you're going into it.
He didn't send that to me.
Um, see,
It's
I think
crazy to believe that we've had friends for as long as we've had friends, because usually people's friendships like fall off after a certain time.
I know. And it's also one of the things like me and you get it because we get busy, but we do try to catch up whenever we can.
Like I feel like I'm the type of person like I can go 6 months without talking to you, and then have like a full like 2 3 hour long conversation with you about everything that has happened within that 6 months, just to fall off the grid again.
Exactly. But at the end of the day, you're the person that I'm calling if I need help.
Yeah, and just remember, I keep lighter fluid on hand.
Yes. But I think we all have a person like that in our life, though.
Yeah, or you should. You
You
absolutely
should at
should.
least have one person that you can call no matter what. No questions asked.
No questions asked. I saw a meme the other day. It was just like, I'm the type of friend that encourages you to do whatever. Eat that whole cake, burn that house down, hide the body. I
Exactly.
also feel like you're that for me as well.
Oh yeah, and we meet friends as we get older, but it's like we always have that one OG best friend we have.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't know why I laughed at that.
Stop. I'm just saying though, because you're absolutely correct. Because like I've made friends over the years, and I absolutely love each and every one of them to pieces. But it's just something about that friend that you have that's been there forever, that is just
Yes.
like, yep, I love all of you, but I would literally burn the earth down for this one friend.
Yeah. Hey, and we have I think it's one of the best origin stories.
Yeah, we literally shared a classroom for a day, and then they moved you, and I was just like, why? Why would you do that?
I know. And the
I
one
think
thing
they said something.
I think it was like overcrowding or something.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I think it was overcrowded. Still, they could have moved someone else. Like, I'm not gonna say names, but they definitely could have. There were several students they could have moved into another classroom.
Uh, I don't forget half the people we went to school with.
Oh, girl, don't worry, you're not the only one.
I literally had like a conversation with someone one time, and they're just talking like I've known them for a while now, and I'm like trying to think of a nice way of saying I have no clue who you are.
And see, I get anxiety about doing stuff like that. Like, oh no, in middle school there was a girl, her name was difficult to pronounce. And like, I forgot her name, but I had like a full blown conversation with her, and the whole time I was just like, what is her name? And so I was just like, oh, let me casually look over her paper. The spelling of her name, absolutely not. And so then I had to wait for the teacher to like call on her. And I remember it was like history class my 8th grade year. I had to wait for the teacher to call on her in order to know her name. And because, like, one thing about it, I will fight to the death to not have to ask you what's your name again.
Yeah, I get that. I do.
I get it sometimes, but then I name my child Nevaeh. So, there's that too.
Aw,
Mama,
sweet baby.
Yes.
I have
Yeah,
two questions. I have
yeah. Wait, is it camera
what?
appropriate?
Really?
Hmm?
Is it appropriate for the camera?
What do you mean?
Can you say it in front of a group of people?
A group? There's a bunch of you?
It's
Well,
recording
we're
to
doing a
be.
podcast, baby.
Yeah.
Well, I just had a question about friendship because something happened
Okay.
with my friend
Yes,
Tamia
we
and
can answer
Skylar.
that.
What happened with Tamia and Skylar?
Okay, so Tamia stopped being friends with Skylar for some reason. I don't remember why. But now I'm kind of confused. Like they kind of look like they hate each other and I don't know what to do about it.
I'm trying to think of the best way to word this.
And I don't want them to hate each other to where the point I have to hang out with one and then ditch the other, and then I have to hang out with the one I ditched and then ditch the other one.
In middle school, 6th grade, two of my friends got into it. And then they were trying to force me to pick sides, and I stopped talking to both of them for like a break period. And by the time I came back, they were both cool. So, babe, look, that's the only advice I can give.
Yeah.
I
What?
mean, either that or like pick a side.
But,
That's
but what if they want me to choose which one to stop being friends with and one to be friends with? Because I've been friends with Silas since I was 4. Well, I was 3, she was 4.
wait. You talking about Scholar? Scholar? Oh, girl, you got to pick Scholar.
Huh?
So sorry. That's how it goes.
I'm with your mom on this one.
You got to pick Scholar, or you got to orchestrate a way for them to start talking to each other again.
I will do that because I can't just ditch one. That's rude.
It's not. I'm not asking you to ditch one, Vale. I'm saying if it gets to the breaking point and they say you can't be friends with the both of us, it's Skylar.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't want to do that though. Am I too nice for my own good?
There's nothing wrong with being
You're
too nice for your own good.
Hey, I was too nice for my own good until like 8th grade.
Oh, trust me, Nevaeh, wait till you get older.
Yeah,